It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In the whole time I can probably count the times I left this hospital room unsupervised with one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word, a foreign alien one, the one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically, and in case you beat way too fast, it can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. I said it was a miracle that I was able to go so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. You just man up yourself. Man the fuck up. Life's shit. Just go on. Just fucking do it. Just soldier on through. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell their house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. It's not really looking for you, man, so you can't really be positive at all. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I had to stay at hospital to recuperate for treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had forgotten so many cards and flowers are because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people are generally concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I had barely had any visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanaku was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't even touch the subject of that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital. It's not really a place I like to live. Well, fucking no shit, Sherlock. It's white and clean. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them. But it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change in appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen. Sorry. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for this situation. I started reading instead. There is a small library at the hospital. There is more than a storeroom for books. I began working on my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found reading, and I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted, starting to feeling naked without a book in my hands. You shouldn't really get addicted to shit, man. That's when you start becoming a junkie. Books are like cocaine. If you read too much, you get a nosebleed. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly hard to distinguish from each other, different only by the books I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass. I was trapped inside instead of moving within. The week could go by without me really noticing. Sometimes I pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. It's Sunday. It's fucking No, fuck, it's still Saturday. It's just really late on fucking Saturday night. It's fucking Saturday night, so. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness, though about nonchalance. I had set up for myself. The pages on books would start to feel sharp, burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put my book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Why the fuck not? Okay. Today the doctor comes in. He gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. Is it your birthday, Sal? You've forgotten your birthday again. Fucking hell, Sal. Fucking hell. Come on. Come on, man. There is a ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside, as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed, next to me. He looks me in the eye for a moment. "Oh, yes, Sal. How are you today?" I don't answer, but I smile a little back at him. "I believe you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all the medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription." The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad. His expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. "So many?" I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to bloody blah? I skipped it by accident. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, the doses are listed line after line with cold precision. I'll try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it, and tempting only makes me feel sicker. All of this, for the rest of my life, every day. All day, every day. Fucking this out. All day, every day. I'm afraid that this is the best... this is the doctor. I'm afraid this is the best we can do at this point. New medication has always been developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Fuck you, doctor. Give me a confidence boost. Also, I've spoken with your parents and believe it would be the best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Marcel. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Oh, it's Dad. Please calm down, Marcel. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well what I wouldn't... No, the way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? What if my concern shows it's ignored? We all understand your education is paramount. However, I don't think it's wise for you to be without supervision, or at least not until we're sure your education is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about its transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy. Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I? It has 24-hour nursing staff. It's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. I think of it as a boarding school of some sort. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for fucking disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fucking fact, you stupid fucking doctor. If it was really that then there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being a nearby selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, because your mother and I... No, wait, fucking Dad. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there, we had a look a couple of weeks back. I think you'll like it. It looks like I don't really have a choice. You never have a fucking choice, Sal. Ever. You never have a fucking choice, ever. Compared to the other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You need a job. One day, this is a good opportunity to continue our education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn fucking opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school. And it's not the same one. A special school. That's an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students who can still get around and learn, but just need a little help, in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates at school have gone to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. Oh, fucking hell, Asal. Fucking hell. You're so fucking goddamn fucking... Ugh. You have to be open-minded about these things, Asal. Open-minded. Don't be such a fucking douche. I really hate that something so important was decided for me, but what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame the lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know it's futile. I look around the room feeling very tired of all this. The hospital doctors, my condition, everything I don't see. Everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this. But the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't bad. That is all I can think of to go to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start. My life isn't over. It would be a mistake just to resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Okay, white screen. Act 1, life expectancy. Well, that's fucking positive. Good fucking title, man. Makes me think I'm going to die very early. Well, anyway, I'm going to finish the episode. I'll see you in the next one, guys. We'll leave it here. Okay. In a bizzle for a shizzle.